bauma 2019. A couple key themes that you're going to hear from me and our respective segment presidents. This concept of safety, and I'll talk about that. We just have this inherent zealot focus on safety as an organization. Knowledge, we're a specialized machinery company, we have specialized knowledge in the industries that we participate in with our team members that are here at bauma 2019. Reliability, it's not just reliability of the product and the service, it's the reliability of working with the team. So that you can always count on us to meet the commitments that we make to our customers and our partners. And finally, you're going to hear a lot about innovation from our segment presidents. In the innovation, you have to stay ahead by innovating. You're going to see innovation not only in the products but also in the services and the way in which we approach the marketplace. The first area that we have an intense focus on at Terex, and I would say we're unabashed zealots. The reason we're unabashed zealots about safety is we just have this inherent fundamental human belief that there is nothing that we do, that our customers do, that our suppliers do, that's worth any human being getting hurt over. So we just want to ensure we create a zero harm environment where every single day our great team members can come home or go to work, go home to their loved ones, safe and sound every single day. What we do is inherently dangerous. What our customers do is inherently dangerous, and so we have to have a zealot focus on zero harm, and we do that as an organization day in and day out. For example, we start every meeting talking about safety. So for everybody here, you'd exit through the back, you will take a right, you'll go to immediate left, and down the stairs to the outside area in the event of an emergency. So safety is paramount in everything that we do as an organization. The other reason we're so focused on safety is because there's great statistics throughout industrial companies that have a zero harm, incredible safety record are also incredibly high performing companies. That's also what we want to be. A high performing company that delivers on its commitments day in and day out. The other thing that's a foundation, so safety is the foundation for Terex. The other foundation is the Terex Way values. And every single meeting that I have, I talk about these two subjects first, whether it's internal or external in your organization. And you may say, well, why the values? These values are important. Integrity, respect. That's important for our customers. Organizations want to deal with an organization that has this. And unfortunately, you all cover, who has press, you cover a lot of companies that have had significant issues. And at the core, it was a lack of ethics that enabled them to do something that caused significant harm to customers, team members, and ultimately shareholders. So these are two foundational elements that we have at Terex. Safety, zero harm, and acting in accordance with the Terex Way values. As I tell my team, there's incredible pressure to perform, but there's no pressure greater than performing in accordance with the Terex Way values. So those are foundational elements for the Terex team members around the world. Now, last bauma, there was a lot going on in 2016, with Terex. And after the bauma show, late that year, we unveiled a strategy that we've been following since 2016. And that strategy has three key elements. Focus, and it's really about focusing our portfolio, and I'll talk about that. Simplify. Great thing about Terex, this great company, it came together through 80 acquisitions and divestitures over time. All right, so we have to focus that portfolio and also reduce complexity, because coming together that way, we weren't always the easiest company to do business with. So we've been focused on simplifying a lot of things within our company so that we're easier to do business with externally. And finally, execute to win. It's a hyper-competitive global marketplace. We have to execute well to win in the marketplace so that we can take care of our customers better than the competition, so that we have the opportunity to continue to grow and prosper. And I'll talk a little bit about the execute to win as well. Now, so what did focus mean from a customer perspective? Well, really, we're focusing on businesses that we believe that we can deliver superior customer value, a significant value proposition for our customers. in those businesses, we also believe we'll be able to generate a return on those businesses such that we can continue to invest in the businesses at the level you need to be successful in a very competitive global market. So we have focused our portfolio over the course. That actually started before I got there. Ron started it, and we've accelerated the focusing of our portfolio with this in mind. How can we provide our customers a significant, superior value proposition? And that's what we've been working on, and that's what we believe we have done. Now, simplify, again, when you come together through 80 acquisitions and your systems and your processes, just to say it was complex was an understatement. And so we've been attacking that and really thinking about it outside in. So how does a customer work and look to inside to Terex, and what do we need to do? So at the core of it is how do we put processes and systems in place so that we're ultimately easier to do business with. And it also requires investment. You're going to see that when you go to the stand. Significant investment in engineering, sales and support, training our sales team, giving our sales team modern tools, CRM tools like Salesforce.com, parts and service. Boris Sheffline's here. We brought Boris on to help drive our parts and service organization going forward. And then supply chain. One of our strategic initiatives was strategic sourcing. We deal with literally thousands of suppliers around the world. So what we're trying to do is consolidate our suppliers such that we get better speed, quality, and cost, and leverage the spend of the broader organization. Because we're only as good, frankly, as a manufacturer, we're only as good as the suppliers that supply to us. And so that's been a major focus for us as an organization. Now, execute to win for, again, intense focus on the life cycle, parts and service, but an intense focus on the realization that our customers buy our machines. They actually buy a solution that's going to go to work for 8, 10, 20, 30, 40 years. And they put their hard-earned capital into our equipment, and they expect that equipment to go to work and earn them a return on their investment. And so thinking about the life cycle of that product, the parts, the service, the financing, is incredibly important. Arguably, to the customer, the end customer, that's every bit as important as the upfront sale. So we brought Boris and his team on to help us drive improvements in that. And last but not least is around this concept of innovation. And we would say, Matt uses the term purposeful innovation, as does Kieran. We need to innovate, all right? We don't always have to be on the leading edge, but we need to purposefully innovate to ensure that our products and services are more than competitive, that offer that superior value proposition to our customers. So it's both the product and the service in our systems. We have to continually to innovate in today's rapidly changing world. Now, when we talk about focusing the portfolio, obviously we made a very significant announcement here at the end of March. And that announcement was we've agreed to sell our DMAG business, our DMAG crane business, to Tadano. The DMAG has been with us for greater than almost 20 plus years. Great team members, a really good business. But as we looked at our portfolio and trying to drive value for both our customers and our shareholders, we came to the conclusion there's incredibly strong industrial logic to combine a Tadano business that's been in existence for about 100 years and our DMAG business that's been in existence for almost 200 years. Combining those two businesses, we believe, gives our customers and our team members, and ultimately as shareholders and owners, the best opportunity to be successful going forward. So that's the announcement that we made back in February. I will also say, I'll say it, and Steve's going to say it, the other message, and many of you were at the Tadano press conference that we had on Monday, it is business as usual. We're meeting with our customers and ensuring that our customers understand it's business as usual for our customers, for our team members, as this combination comes together. We anticipate that we'll close mid-year in the summer. We do not believe there's going to be any regulatory hurdles. As a matter of fact, we've already received regulatory approval from antitrust in Germany, and I believe Poland are two that we've received approvals for. So we're not anticipating any regulatory hurdles to completing this. And like I say, we're aiming to complete this in the middle of the year. In addition to that announcement, we also announced that we are exiting the manufacturing of 3 product lines in North America. our rough terrain cranes, our boom trucks, and our crossover cranes. So those are products that we just felt that, given our relative market position and lack of profitability, that the best alternative was to discontinue those operations. What we are not discontinuing, and Steve will talk about this, is three of our other crane segment businesses. Our rough terrain cranes that we manufacture in Crespellano, Italy, that will really become the center for us of rough terrain crane manufacturing. Our tower cranes business that we also manufacture in Italy at Fontana. It's a great standalone business that we believe we can grow and prosper. And then our pick and carry business down in Australia. That business is now under our MP segment, and we believe that those are three strong businesses that meet the needs of the customer and can do so profitably, and we believe we're going to invest and grow those going forward. Now, priorities for this year, the team always knows what are you trying to get done. At the top of it is we have to successfully complete the DMAG sale with as little disruption. I can't say there's no disruption because change, that's a momentous change. But with as little disruption as possible to successfully complete the sale of DMAG and a successful transition on day one of the business going forward. And that's what Steve and the entire team and myself are focused on. Successfully executing the OKC, frankly, we're done. We're almost finished with that, and so we can check that off. As a result of going to a two-segment reporting structure, we're also going to have to make some adjustments in our corporate structure and the size of our corporate organization, so we'll be dealing with that. And then the next one's also important, global strategic footprint. It's not just about cutting. We are spending about $145 million of capital in the business. It's almost triple the historical average that we've spent as Terex. And that's investments in our plants in Italy, in AWP. We've got a brand new manufacturing facility in our MP business in Northern Ireland. We're investing significantly in our plant in India, our plant in China, and a major investment in our plant in Watertown, South Dakota in the United States. So significant investment. It's not about cutting, it's about investing where we can believe we can get a superior return to grow these businesses going forward. So a major opportunity there to help simplify our operations through investment. As I said, we've been investing in our sales team, a proven sales process, training them, putting tools in place like Salesforce.com. We've invested a lot of time and money to bring accurate tools to the marketplace so that we can respond faster than the competition in the marketplace. Parts and service, Boris and his team, working with the segment presidents, are putting in place a strategy that will enhance our parts and service business, improving our support to our customers, but also driving significant improvement in revenue and profitability in that business, which is good for us and good for our customers. And last but not least, we've got a very aggressive strategic sourcing plan as we consolidate our suppliers to get cost out of the system to help invest, improve our margins so that we can invest back into the business and do more things like $145 million, not increase, but total spend in our capital plan. So, this is easy for an American to say, I want you to come to booth 7-Eleven. If many of you travel in the United States, there's a lot of 7-Eleven stores around, so it's easy to remember. And these are the things that you'll see. Many of you have already been there on Monday, but would encourage you to come. Why? Why should you come? Innovation. 46 plus products on the stand. 19 of which are new. 19 of which are new since bauma of 2016. So significant demonstration of new products, but also accessories. If you go and look at all of our businesses, accessories, how can our customers do their job safely and more efficiently? You'll see that. Financing solutions, parts and services. Every single one of our businesses in their experience cube is not just going to talk about the product, but they're going to talk about the parts and services and things like telematics and how those are being integrated into our business going forward. And finally, knowledgeable teams. We're a specialized equipment manufacturer. We have very knowledgeable team members about the specific markets that we serve, and they're here. And we bring our engineers, because it's a great time for engineers to come and listen and learn from customers and learn from other suppliers in the industry. So that's why we believe you should come and visit us at FM 7-Eleven. All right, and with that, I'd like to turn it over to Matt Ferron. Matt is the segment president of our AWP business under the brand of Genie. And as a result of some of the restructuring, we've also moved our utilities business that used to be under the cranes business We moved that, I guess years ago, it used to be under Matt. That is now under Matt as well. So Matt has our aerial work platform business under the Genie brand and also has our utilities business. Matt?
All right, thanks, John. All right, good morning, everybody. So I was going through and trying to figure out how many baumas I've been to, and I think this is my 8th one. And I can tell you, I don't look forward to all trade shows, but I found myself, I was on the plane coming here, I was like, you know, I'm kind of excited to go to bauma. Every time I come here, it's amazing what you see. And so, but the other thing I find is that it can be overwhelming. You know, when you look at just what's out in these halls, what's out in the outdoor exhibit areas. So what I'm going to try to do is show you very clearly all the innovation and the knowledge and the safety advances that we have in our booth. Hopefully that'll save you some time as you get over there and you start looking at it. So one of the things that we see is that the industry is changing rapidly. Okay, it doesn't matter if you're a manufacturer, a rental company, an end user. All aspects of the industry are changing, which I find exciting. You can see it here at the show. You know, if I look back at just 3 years ago, what suppliers are offering, it's very different. And so what we've been focused our teams on, John talked about purposeful innovation. We have a lot of engineers at Genie and at Terex, and they have great ideas, but we try to keep dialing them into, okay, what's the purpose of that innovation? Who's going to use that to make their business more efficient? Who's going to use it to drive more profitability? If they can't show us a path to that, we don't approve it. We work on something else. When you walk in the booth, you're going to see several significant examples. And actually, our booth is packed with new technologies. And if you connect the dots on what you see in the Genie booth, you're really looking at what's going to happen in the aerial industry in the next 3 to 5 years. You can kind of look down the road and see where it's going. So the major technology changes, what we believe are driving them, one of the big ones is sustainability. The electric drive, the hybrids, overall sustainability of the products that we make and the services that we offer. It's a big theme and it's important, especially here in Europe. There's a big people appetite for it. People are very interested in it, and we've made some great advances there. On safety, I'll show you some examples of safety initiatives that we've got going on and products that we've got going on. The aerial work platform industry exists because it's the safest way to get people to work at height. We're taking it a step further. We're looking at how do they work up there and what kind of things can we do. So I'll show you a couple examples of that. Productivity. That goes back to that purposeful innovation. You know, it's productivity within running our businesses. It's productivity of the machines. It's productivity of managing large rental fleets over long periods of time. We put a lot of emphasis on that. And finally, actionable data. Everybody talks about data. Everybody talks about big data. And it's easy to get overwhelmed by data. So we put an enormous amount of energy into understanding what information do rental companies really need, and what do they do with that, and how does it translate to profit for their businesses, as well as how does it translate to making our businesses better. So at the bottom, there's 3 major themes in our booth that you'll see. Lift Connect is the telematics offering that we have, some great stuff. We're coming out with telematics standard on all Genie boom, scissors, and telehandlers. First ones in the industry to do that, okay, with the 3-year subscription. We're excited about it, and we believe it's time, and we believe it's going to have benefits for us and our customers. Extra capacity we've been talking about for several years. You'll see a full line of extra capacity. And then we'll talk a lot about electric drive, hybrid, shown in the booth. So lots of technology. We're using the knowledge that we have as a manufacturer. We've been making aerial work platforms for over 50 years. We've got teams all over the world. So we're in a position to really understand what's going on in the different markets. And I think if you spend some time in the booth, what you'll see is all this coming together. that's Genie's pursuit of cleaner and greener machines. And so that's one of the taglines that we have. We have two excellent examples in the booth. One's a boom, one's a scissor. Over on the left-hand side, we got the Z45FE. FE stands for fuel electric. It's a hybrid. You can operate the machine on full electric mode, completely quiet, or you can turn on a small diesel engine and recharge the batteries and run the machine at full speed, full lift speed, as well as drive speed. So if you look closer at it, if you go down inside the wheel and look at what's in there, how does it work? Inside that wheel, there's an AC motor, a very efficient electric motor, which is integrated into a gearbox and a brake. And it's not just some component off the shelf. It was designed for aerial work platforms. So why does that matter? That matters because it's the most efficient way to move a vehicle like this. We could have just taken a large axle and stuck, a very inefficient axle and stuck an electric motor on the end, but it's not efficient. So we pushed the engineers for purposeful innovation because we're like, hey, what we're trying to do is reduce the amount of energy that is used to do the job. So what does that matter to a rental company? It matters because the engine inside that machine, typically in that class of machine, is a 50 horsepower engine. This has a 25 horsepower engine. So what that does is it burns less fuel every single month over the life of that machine. They can use it indoors and they can use it outdoors. Also, there's a lot of vehicles that are going full electric. That's great, and I believe that's the way it will go in the future. But on a big construction site, is there always power for everybody to plug in an electric drive? When you have a rental fleet, you've got to keep the time utilization high. So you can't be running around looking to where to plug your machines in, especially when there's hundreds of machines at any given time on a site. So over on the other side of the page, you can see a 4655. It's a new scissor lift. To most of you in this room, it probably just looks like another scissor. Okay, they all look very similar. It's actually the tallest of the slab scissor lifts that we make. We just introduced it, and it has again AC electric drive motors on it. They're fully enclosed. You can pressure wash them. They'll last in a rental fleet. And again, we took the time to make sure that we got the components that were sized for a scissor. And so what does that mean to a rental company? What it means is that that machine will run longer. It's a fairly large machine, it's a heavy machine, so it'll do more than a shift of operation. And it will load up on trucks, you can drive it up the back of a truck because this electric drive is very efficient and can handle that. The other thing that we don't show on this slide, but we have in the booth, is a lithium-ion battery pack. We are showing that for the first time, and it has a full battery management system as well as a heating system for the ion batteries, because there's some technical hurdles. And when you put these machines in a rental fleet, you have to be able to manage the lithium-ion batteries. But we believe that's going to be the future of these electric drives. It's just going to make these machines better and better for the rental. John talked about safety being paramount to everything we do. And what this page shows you is how Genie is continuing to lead on the safety side of things. What we've got are some new accessories that make the job safer. And so if you look at the first one, the Expo installer, got this window. Everybody out here had to hang some kind of a sign up in the air. They had it suspended. And what we found by working with the safety experts around the world that are setting up expos, they said, hey, people are just rigging these things up to the aerial work platforms. Is that okay? We're like, well, technically no. You got to know how much it weighs. You got to know, indoors and outdoors. So we started studying the issue. We came up with a device that we had certified to help solve an industry problem. Okay, it's a simple example of just listening to customers and looking for how can we, as an aerial work platform manufacturer, make it safer. Over in the center, there's you can see this access deck. For those of us that have been in the aerial industry a long time, what you see when you drive around is you see people put boards on the mid rails of the platform. They're standing up to get that little extra height. That's not safe. The platform is safe. So we realized that they were trying to get a job done, and they were going to continue to do those kind of things. studied it, we engineered this access deck. We went and got it certified. A lot of people are like, well, you shouldn't be doing that. You know, is that pushing the limits of what we should be doing with aerial work platform? And what we did is we came up with a solution and we approved. We had approved by an outside body because we know that people are going to continue to do things to get the job done. The third one over, the fall rest bar, another example. It's an unsafe work practice to leave a platform. People do it all the time. We see it when you're driving around. They bring the platform up, they got the right idea, let's use an aerial work platform to get there, then they step outside. Okay, so we were like, okay, that's not good. What can we do about that? So we went and designed that fall rest bar, and we had it certified. We're the first ones that had a device like this that's certified as a PPE because it solves a problem and it's going to help people be safer and get the jobs done. We also have a couple examples of contact alarms for both booms and scissors. So it reinforces what John was telling you about how we're always looking for ways for people to work safely. Okay, another one that we've been talking a long time about the extra capacity booms. XC stands for extra capacity. Each one of the booms is a family of booms that has increased capacity. It's got a 300 kilogram capacity and a 450 kilogram capacity unrestricted. So it will automatically sense the weight in the platform, and then if they put more weight in it, it'll pull in the envelope. So why is that important? It's important because when they go up to get the job done, they want to take welders up there, they want to take materials, they put 3 people up there, and they're trying to get the job done. What we've learned by putting telematics on the machines is we know that they're routinely put the old platforms didn't have this kind of capacity, and we've learned that to get the job done, they needed the more capacity we put it on. But we also did it on the full family of booms. Okay, and that was about 4 years of engineering. What we're seeing in the booth now is we have 5 different models that all have the XC in it, and they're all the exact same capacity. So for a rental company, what that means is they don't have to look up on some chart or some app to figure out, oh, what's the 60-footer's capacity? Well, it's a Genie, it's an XC. It's going to be 300 and 454. So the guy at the rental desk will understand it. The other thing that we're showing is this platform, and the dimensions on this slide make it hard to see. It looks just like an aerial work platform basket, which it is, but it's 4 meters wide. Okay, it's an enormous platform. We have an example of it in the booth. So there's certain applications where they're taking an aerial work platform and they're doing either cladding or glazing, and they want to have workers spaced out. And so with a big platform like that, on an XC, they can take that platform and drop it on any one of these models, and they can get a lot of work done. So when we talk about productivity, we can show customers, hey, you can do that job safe with one machine. You get this accessory, you can move it across these different products. So again, purposeful innovation we continue to drive, and we're excited about showing people what we've got because we've been putting years of thought into this family of products. The final thing that we want you to pay attention to is our telematics solution. Lift Connect is what we're calling it, and it's really an evolution of our telematics. We've had what we call telematics ready on our machine since 2015, and what telematics ready was basically, it was an electrical connector that was set up so you could put whatever telematics hardware you wanted on our machines. Because what we found is every part of the world, every different rental company wanted a different telematics hardware, and they were all using it differently. So we wanted to make it flexible and allow them to be able to get the telematics on the machines without a lot of cost. But since 2015, what we've been doing is we've been out talking to all the rental companies around the world and asking them, okay, what are you doing with your telematics? What data are you using? How do you translate that into being more productive? And over those 3 years, we've collected all the information. We figured out what are rental companies actually using the data for, and we packaged it into our Lift Connect product. And what it's going to be is, like I said before, it's going to be standard starting later this quarter and in the third quarter on all of the Genie boom scissors and telehammers. They'll come with a Lift Connect device on it. And it'll also have a 3-year subscription that was free of charge. And we also have an app so that you can get that critical information if you want to download the app, you can find out where your machine is. If it gets stolen, you'll be able to track it down. You can tell if the batteries are low. You can tell if the fuel is low. The capability of this system is leading of all the aerial manufacturers in the industry. This is it has the most capability of anything out there. And we're taking a step of putting it on every machine because we know businesses, both ours and the rental companies and the end users, have a thirst for the data. And so we've also left some flexibility in the configuration. Some smaller rental companies, they may not have the IT capability to develop the type of apps that we've got. So for them, it's perfect. They can just take the app that they put all the time and energy into. But there's a lot of the large rental companies that have mixed fleets, and they're way down the road. They just want us to give them the API so they can send the information into their own system that they made. So we offered that flexibility, but we believe that it's a big turning point for the industry. So we're going all in, and we're excited that we've taken that step. So those are some of the things that you can see in the booth. It's, again, like I said, it's packed with technology, it's packed with innovation, and if you start to look down the road, you'll be able to see where the aerial work platform is going in our opinion. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to my colleague, Kieran Haggerty, who's going to talk about it.
Okay, thank you, Matt. Okay, thanks, Matt, and thanks for the opportunity for allowing me to highlight some of the innovation of the FPE business and our various business units. We'll be showcasing here at bauma. First thing I want to talk about is actually not a product, right? And in a moment I'm going to talk about some of the various products that we go on our stand. We have multiple products across our various business units within FPE. The first thing I want to talk about, again, following on from the theme that Matt talked about our customers demanding efficiency solutions in terms of solutions that make their processing more efficient and more safe in many cases. The first thing I want to talk about is actually what we're launching is our Omni system. Basically what our Omni system is, it's a groundbreaking technology that we believe will revolutionize how crushing and screening job sites are done. Those of you who know the sort of crushing and screening environment, in many cases in a production environment, there's a number of assets working in conjunction with each other. It's typically called in the industry as a crushing trade, right? So you can have a large jaw crusher feeding a cold crusher feeding a screen. Again, all depending on what the customers want to do. But what the Omni is, it's a tablet-based system that's fitted that the user, either in the excavator that feeds the initial train, or in the wheel loader, or in the feed system, the operator can control the operating environment, you can control the views, all with a tablet-based system, providing centralized remote access to multiple machine control systems within the crushing and screening trade. That's been diligently and intuitively designed to give unrivaled, easy-to-use control of both the operator in terms of both information, and again provides that efficient and safe working environment we talked about. So we believe, again, we're demonstrating this in our power screen and our Affinity business on the stand, so we'd love to have you over so we can give you a live demonstration and a better explanation of it. Moving on to our Fuchs business unit. Again, this is a business, our Fuchs business is one of the pioneers in the material handling industry. Has been, over many years, has been an innovator, and we're continuing, our Fuchs team is continuing that tradition of innovation. On our stand, we're launching the brand new 375F heavy duty. Again, that's a brand new product that brings us into, on the larger scale of material handling, into terminal applications, very large scrap applications. It's a machine that comes already telematics enabled. It's available in diesel, it's available in electric drive. Got a huge undercarriage, but again, still retains that the Fuchs features of flexibility and versatility. We're also going to be highlighting a business segment or market segment that we've been in for a long time, which is our 320F compact. That's a product that's designed for waste. For those of you who know the waste industry, a lot of the waste processing typically happens in small, compact yards. Again, we've got some innovative features like always steering on that machine. Again, provides benefits to customers such as improved turning radiuses, the ability to maneuver and operating in very tight spaces. So again, these are two brand new products that we're showcasing in our Terex business line. Next product I want to highlight, a number of years ago we launched a compact business line, a compact crushing and screening business line called the EvoQuip business line. One of the reasons why we launched it as a separate business unit is really over the last number of years there's been a new customer segment has evolved in the crushing and screening industries. Historically, crushing and screening related to quarries, related to mines where people were processing virgin aggregates. However, with environmental pressure, economic pressure across the globe, there's much more requirements today when you're doing the demolition, for example, in an urban environment. You actually process the material in the urban environment. And that really opened up the market space. Different customers got involved in crushing and screening, typically contractors, right? So we launched again in terms of researching and looking at what was effectively a very expanding global market segment. We launched a very focused business unit that designed products specifically for that customer segment and specifically for that customer environment. And so what we're showcasing on our EvoQuip, actually the largest, while still a compact, it's the largest of our compact products, what we're calling the Track 290R. Provides class-leading productivity and things like fuel efficiency, which is again what our customers are demanding. Again, focused on the environment that it works on, that it goes into work in a city. It's typically on short cycle job times. You can go in and work on a job site for a day, go in and work for a week. Whereas typically our larger assets would go in and work for many months on the site, right? So as a result of that requirement, it's focused on setup times, ease of use, ease of serviceability, it's versatile, impact crusher, again it can go in and crush reinforced concrete, recycled asphalt, construction demolition waste. So it also fulfills the need to process a wide range of material which you typically get in a sort of urban construction environment. And then most importantly as well, you can see that this machine also incorporates a screen at the end of it. So again, focused on that versatility, ease of mobility. It's a crushing and screening system all on a single chassis, which is important, right? And again, that we're showcasing this machine on our stand as well. And then the last sort of new product space I want to talk about is actually what we're calling our Terex conveying systems. Conveyor systems, which do is what they say on the tin, they convey material from point A to point B, have been used with our crushing and screening assets for many years, right? And again, so we have designed a range of crushing and screening or conveying products to work in conjunction with our core power screen business, our Finley business, and our MPS business. But most importantly as well, over the last couple of years, we've been investing in a significant R&D program. We're developing conveyors that also allow us to go into new spaces, not just within our crushing and screening business, but also, for example, loading bulk material in ports and terminals. Again, that also dovetails or ties in nicely with the expansion in our Fuchs business, which again, as we expand some of the larger Fuchs material handling machines, they're typically going into applications where they're loading bulk, again, terminals, or loading scrap, or loading recycled material. So we have a lot of synergies and a lot of channels and a lot of customer segments that we can exploit across the wider MP. This particular product is we're calling the TF75L low-level feeder. It's a machine that can be fed from various sources. It can be fed by traditional excavator, but the hopper design as well in terms of the width and the low-level feed height can be fed by wheel loaders, etc. And again, you can feed multiple different types of material from traditional aggregates, you can feed fertilizers, you can feed Z&B waste. Again, the machine's designed for, again, back to that focus on quick setup, on-site safety, etc. And also is available on the crawler track system. This is contemplated across many of our assets for productivity. John talked at the very start about investment. Whilst Terex has consolidated our business to two segments, we'll continue to invest. Again, a new factory in Northern Ireland is designed to manufacture these products in higher volumes. And again, over the course of the next couple of months, you'll see much more products come on stream in the Terex conveying business. So again, there's lots of other products on our stand, so we're welcome to come over and we can walk you through it. But thank you for your time. Without further ado, I'll hand you over to Mr. Philipov.